It's the
Glass!
that was pretty good. That was really good.
Welcome to Show and Tell, folks. I love that this launches whatever's on the table, which that would have been bad news. I'm glad that was over there toward the left.
Bears, yeah, definitely.
Bad news bears. My water bottle now, right?
No, you don't earn it for
Welcome to Show. Okay, fine. Welcome to Show and Tell. What? I just get your soul, a piece of your soul.
Exactly.
I'm copywriting it right now.
Glass.
I want to design a water bottle in the shape
That doesn't jump.
of
Oh.
a bear, somewhat like a honey bottle, but for water.
Why? What's the pun?
There's got to be there's
No
no
pun.
punchline to
Okay.
this joke
No
at
pun.
all.
Well, listen up. Here's the
Bear
punchline.
bottles are cool.
Here's the punchline to the intro of this episode. We're going to talk about the Martian, which is a new film starring Ben Affleck that I've seen, and you have read the book, or most of it at least.
Yeah.
There won't be any spoilers, don't worry, so don't be afraid. Jake, what are you going to be talking about after that?
For those of you guys that we were going back, and I was rewatching
Those
all
of you
the
that I
Star Wars
disappointed.
movies, and then I forgot about it. So this weekend I watched Return of the Jedi once again with fresh eyes. We're going to talk about Return of the Jedi.
Oh, but first we're going to talk about The Martian. So we're still in
Yeah.
space regardless. The Martian stars, did I say Matt Damon? Yeah, Matt Damon. Oh my God, this cast is unbelievable.
Can we just get it out
Yeah,
of the way
big
real
old-
quick?
big old
Just
cast.
Yes.
okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Matt Damon, Matt Damon, Matt Damon, Matt Damon. Okay, good.
Am I supposed to know what that is? Is that like the new John Cena? What is
That's
it?
like that's like a pop
It's
culture
it's an
reference now.
old joke.
I'm an old man with the memes. I don't know.
It's
No,
an
it's
old
beyond
meme.
That was
Oh.
before memes were memes.
It's beyond meme. I don't know what that is. But
Thank you, Jake.
Matt Damon, Jessica Chastity.
What? Jessica Chastain's in it?
Oh
Oh yeah, she
I don't
plays
know
Mars.
anything about this movie. so
my
that's
God,
good.
Slay-
Sebastian Stan.
She plays the whole
What?
planet.
Yeah.
Is he in
Kristen
it?
Wiig, Donald Glover,
Oh,
Jeff
so
Daniels,
it's funny.
Sean Bean.
Oh, so
So someone dies. No, okay. No. I honestly I don't even remember the whole cast. The cast is fucking insane. Let me just say that. And I only watched one trailer up to the point where he like wakes up on Mars, and then I was like, oh, too much, and I stopped it. So I didn't know anything. I didn't even know the cast. So imagine me sitting in the theater. They keep revealing cast members like throughout
You're
the
like, who?
movie.
What?
And I'm just like, is that Childish Gambino? What the fuck? It was so
Is he
weird.
on Mars?
He's on Mars. No, but I mean, it was so weird. So right off the bat, the cast is amazing, and they are all fantastic. Then you've got the plot, which I didn't know anything about. And again, I'm not going to spoil anything. But I have
on Mars.
since gone back and watched both trailers. Ironically, the teaser trailer reveals more than the trailer does.
Interesting.
Oh,
But
jeez.
yeah, so watch out, everybody. My method doesn't always work anymore. But so I won't spoil anything that's not in the trailers. But story-wise, loved the whole idea of, and again, you read the book, so you can tell me what is exactly right about this. Loved the idea that Matt Damon gets abandoned on the Mars. I was going to say
He
the
gets
moon.
left
Abandoned
on-
on Mars. And he has to basically find a way to survive.
Yeah.
He's a botanist, and he ends up, he has to figure out a way to have more food to last longer. Otherwise, he won't be able to survive long enough for a potential rescue mission.
Botanist
so
is like
That's the
herbology,
idea,
right?
Sure.
He
yes, it
has
is.
yeah, he has like
Botany, but okay.
he has like enough food for 1 year, and he has to figure out how to last.
Had to
4
extend that
years.
for four because
4
there was
years.
another trip planned
to Mars.
for
Like,
4
Oh.
years.
He knows. I mean, like he's
where
like
they're going to be, when they're going to be.
yeah, because like the whole
He's just
thing, he's
gotta
like
last.
he can't contact. I mean, in the book, he can't contact home. He's like, well, I know in 4 years they're gonna come back. So
Yeah.
all I gotta do is last 4 years.
Right.
So the whole book is like him MacGyvering different things to work. He's like, oh shit, I gotta go to the air conditioner and duct tape this and
Right.
hook
It-
this
that's
to
exactly
that.
what the author said. It's like MacGyver on Mars. That's what
Yeah.
he said.
But then he's got to figure out how to fight aliens, right? Eventually.
No.
Oh
well,
yeah, oh yeah,
yeah.
So, like when he goes out in the dust storm on Mars, right?
Yep.
There's a dust storm like
Oh,
in
yeah.
Mad Max, and he's like, I see something out in the fog.
Wait, this sounds like
and a
Prometheus.
laser blast.
Yeah, shoots him in the head. He explodes.
dies.
sounds like Mission to Mars.
No, there are no fucking Martians.
There's not?
It's misleading.
He is the
man.
Martian.
He is the
He
Martian.
is the Martian.
Oh, he is the Martian.
Wait,
All
what
right.
people going there being like, where are the fucking aliens?
That's me.
Like,
I'm going to this movie to see aliens.
How incredibly disappointed
It's like-
you will be.
I
What?
thought he was gonna get stranded on Mars and he would meet one singular Martian and he would like bond with it or something.
all
Oh
right,
my
so
God.
there's also a lot of people
Like
who
E.T., but in
honestly,
space.
there's a whole lot of people who honestly believed. I mean, like, I'm not. I don't understand if it's like
Where I can't imagine where this is going.
people honestly thought it was like a prequel to Interstellar.
Oh.
I was like, what?
Well, then Jessica Chastain's in it too, though. So that is.
I kind of get it.
No, it's unrelated. It's way more fun too than
Matt
Interstellar.
Damon in space. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
imagine a prequel to a movie came out a year
a
after
year
the movie.
ago. Yeah, that's weird. But
Nobody said so.
it is Ridley Scott, by the way. So maybe
Yeah.
it's a prequel to Alien.
Alien, yeah.
I forgot he directed
Ridley
this.
Scott directed it.
That changes everything.
It's very different than what you'd expect. It's
So,
not
like,
Prometheus.
No.
Did the movie end like the book when Matt Damon's face was like
And exploded. Yeah,
no,
yeah,
when
yeah.
the mouth came out of Matt Damon's face. Like,
Yes, his jaw unhinged and another jaw came out.
Alien came out.
I have not officially said whether or not I like this movie, have I?
Go ahead.
It's fucking amazing.
Really?
It is
Interesting.
fucking amazing.
On a scale of 1 to Interstellar, how is it?
It's way better. I
Or
liked
past
it way
Interstellar.
better than Interstellar. Are you
Okay,
kidding
on a
me?
scale of 1 to 10, how much... Was there a distracting CGI robot that ruined the entire
No,
movie?
it's a 10 out of 10. It's
robot.
amazing.
All right,
it's
so
amazing.
the way the book went, it was an interesting book to read because like
Wait, let me ask you a question. This is in the trailer, so I don't feel like I'm spoiling anything. But does he never make contact in the book?
No, he makes contact
Okay,
in the
okay.
book. I mean, but it's not like I've got a video feed right to right.
No,
to
it's
home.
not. It's not perfect.
No, it's like I think in the book the way he does it is like he puts a flag down somewhere.
Oh,
And I
okay.
think
They amp that up a little
So
bit
a
in the movie.
so a satellite can see it.
They amp that up a little bit.
yeah.
Why, they needed other characters,
But-
basically?
I am really glad I didn't watch the trailer. I will say that because not knowing anything made it so exciting and so thrilling that I was right at the very beginning of the movie is how he gets stranded. It's like this big dust storm, like you see in the trailer, and I was just like, oh, whoa, and it was amazing. And then the movie goes on and everything, and he is amazing. He's great. Everything about it is great. The sense of humor is fantastic. And then
Yeah, it was like the
it's
guy.
kind
in
of like
the-
a dark comedy at times, almost. A
yeah,
little
the
bit.
guy in the book was like quirky science.
Yeah,
kinda
yeah,
like-
yeah. Like he says in the trailer, he's
He's
doing
like, I
like
gotta
a
science the
mission
shit out
log.
of
Yeah, and he
something.
goes, I'm gonna have to science the shit out of this, and it fits
Yeah.
perfectly. Every single thing he does that's funny lands perfectly. All
Yeah?
the humor works.
That's cool.
But the humor doesn't detract from the drama. It's not drama, but like the tension, I should say.
Right.
The absolute incredible tension of like, holy shit, what's gonna happen? I don't know.
How do I defeat Mars?
Exactly.
Now, is this more
And I was just gonna say,
thriller, or
yes, thriller. I was gonna say by the end, I was going like this. I was like clawing at my face. I was so like, ah, whoa! And, like,
That's
just,
great.
Just like so excited and so
You know
amped
what?
up about
that
it. Like,
sounds great because I just recently rewatched. Have you ever seen Apollo 13?
no, actually, I have not.
That is a fucking great space
But I've
movie.
seen The
and-
Godfather.
Wow, you know what? Very
Wow,
similar. Very
Apollo 13
similar.
Okay, see, that's what I was thinking of when it's like, oh, he's got to figure out how to
He's got
survive.
to figure out, and then it's like,
Yeah.
because it's like not only that, Apollo 13 was a fucking true story. That makes
Yeah.
sense. It's like
Yeah.
when they're
Well,
like,
this is too.
Yeah,
It will be.
Will be.
It's a retroactive.
If I have anything to do with
it's
it.
a retroactive true story. It's
Yeah.
like we have to have this.
It
happen
tells the
now.
future.
It's like,
But what was that? Was the same type of way where you were like, "Wah!"
oh yeah, it's like oh god, we gotta make sure we hit Earth.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
goddamn. It sounds like if you love this, you'd love Apollo 13.
oh yeah, I'm gonna have to
Also,
watch
yeah,
it.
that's a
Hanks.
great movie.
I mean, of course, I know it's a movie
Yeah.
I should have seen by
Yeah,
now, but I
that's
just
okay.
never.
You know
Who
what's
the hell's
great
gonna
about
sit me down and show me? Nobody.
I will.
Okay.
Not to detract from you, but Apollo 13, great effects for a
Yeah?
movie back
Oh,
then.
yeah, that movie
when
holds
they're
up incredibly
when they're like
well.
floating around in the pods, it looks real.
Yeah.
By the way, the
It
3D
looks
was
real.
awesome.
Yeah.
I thought the 3D was awesome in The Martian.
Yeah, so now
it's in 3D.
Is this more of? I'm trying to think
Oh,
of like
3D,
a
yeah.
subdued space movie. Is this more talking or is this like Gravity?
There
how
are
there's,
there are bits of it that are like the thrilling aspects of Gravity, but then when Gravity slows down, like Gravity got kind of dull. You know what I mean?
Right.
When this
'Cause
slows
Gravity was
down,
nothing.
it's
You care
it's,
about
it's
it.
It's still
roller coaster
going.
dialogue.
Right.
Yeah,
The thing
yeah,
with
yeah. It's great.
Gravity
Good.
didn't just slow down; it came to halts.
It's
like, you
it's
know, it just-
Contagion-esque in that way, like like that exciting. It's just that movie is
Oh, the
very
pace-
dull.
the
in,
pa- the-
you
the
know, in
pace
terms
is
of
Contagion never stopped.
right?
Yeah.
So not dull, I shouldn't say, but it's very talky. It's very just like,
Uh-huh.
what do we do?
Yeah.
It's like that. That's what it kind of reminds me
Ooh,
of in that
okay.
way. The
Ooh.
pacing, at least.
Ooh.
But yeah, so The Martian, honestly, there's not really anything else I can say without spoiling anything. But it's really not even a movie that like you can have necessarily spoiled for you to a point. I'm just really glad that I didn't know anything because it just made it that much more like, how's he going to do it? And the trailer does show a lot of like how he does it. So I'm really glad I didn't watch the trailer.
well, a
But
big thing in the book was duct tape. That was
duct tape definitely pops up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I absolutely loved The Martian. Oh my god, like it's
That's good to hear.
fucking so good. I mean, I don't know if you've seen, but other reviews have been coming out, and everyone is saying it's just fucking awesome.
That's good.
And they're so
I'm,
right.
so-
So right.
I kind of think that you know how sometimes a comic book is made just so the rights of a movie can be sold. Sometimes, like R.I.P.D. was kind of like that.
Right. Or any Marvel comic today. Like the Inhumans, for example. The Inhumans
Well, the
comics.
Inhumans have been
whatever
around.
that is what's going to be the movie. But
Well,
I
yeah.
know. But whatever the current iteration of Inhumans is, just by chance is going to be whatever the movie is. You know that.
And that happens a lot with books these days, too, where
Oh,
it's just
yeah.
like a book comes out and
Abraham Lincoln
immediately...
Vampire Hunter and
Yeah,
shit. I'm
and-
sure that guy was like, I'm making a movie out of this.
immediately a movie was made. So it's like, it's
Any
nice...
young
to-
adult thing.
Yeah,
it's nice to
too.
see this happen and it not be like a piece
like
of shit.
not a cash grab,
Oh,
but
this
like
is
a
like
piece of shit.
this is like a legit book.
Like
It's
it
not like a
actually-
John Grisham book.
But it's
or
a modern.
anything.
It's a
Yeah.
modern book too. It's
Like
it's newer.
Yeah, and
Last
it
couple
actually
years.
be good. So it's neat.
Right. So I'm gonna have to read the book though because I really loved the movie enough to go back and read the book, and that is really that's a
Sounds
good
like-
movie right there when you want to read the source material.
Well, yeah, I mean, it sounds like it's going to be very similar, though. Sounds like
this is the okay. So last thing I'll say,
It seems like it
is the
doesn't
ultimate
detract.
crowd pleaser. This movie,
Yeah.
because
Really?
it is absolutely a blockbuster film, which it should. It's like it's a summer blockbuster. No, it's not though.
Amazing. I
It's
didn't-
not. It's
I
really
didn't
not.
get any of this from any of
But
the marketing.
it is so like the masses will love it, but
Mm-hmm.
also they get the science shit right. And it's like
That's
it's a
cool.
little bit glossy, but
So it's
but
like
you know in the
Interstellar
book it's all
works
stuff
for
that makes
everybody.
sense theoretically.
Yeah.
But they gloss over it just enough that no one's going to get bored. But the science people aren't going to be like, "That's bullshit." They're going to be like, "Well, you did it quickly, but it's true." You know, like how he, figures out a food supply and stuff like that. It's
Can't
like,
wait to hear the Neil deGrasse
Yeah,
Tyson
it's
verdict.
oh,
like-
I can't. I feel
I
like
can't
he's already
wait.
said he liked it, but I don't
Because
remember.
it's like the thing with like Gravity. It was like Gravity
And
was cool
Interstellar.
when it was like all the space debris and like the no sound, like that was all cool. And then
this
like
doesn't do that. See, this
Yeah.
is just. I don't even.
But
know.
it's like, I mean, like, because like things like that, like it was setting it up to be so realistic. But then at the end, Sandra Bullock fucking flies with a fire hydrant. She flies through
It's
space
real-
with a
it's
fire
the fact
hydrant.
that she just survived was like.
If
Well,
that-
no, it's like they threw all. I mean, like everything was like pretty scientific up until that point. Like you believed it because like the danger is that it's adhering to reality, and reality is dangerous in
Here's
space.
the thing:
So it's
if
like,
something like that happened in this movie, you wouldn't dislike it because this movie doesn't set up to be like
it doesn't.
dark, like grounded.
Okay,
You know what I
yeah.
mean, Ridley Scott even said he's like, no, we're not doing like. Oh, and Matt Damon said he's like, I'm not doing this if it's gonna be like a drama. This should be a fun fucking
Yeah,
movie, and it is.
yeah.
Oh wow!
So,
I did
boom.
not think that at all.
With a different like style, you could have had him like crying up there half the time. No, he's totally just like, how am I gonna like? Fuck yeah! Like
What
grab
am I
the day by the
gonna
balls.
do?
I'm gonna survive this shit,
'cause he's
and it's
white.
awesome. It's because he's white, yeah. But I
that
loved it.
black
I
guy
can't
really screwed
say
it up.
enough good shit about it, and I can't wait to see it again.
Oh, man.
And I definitely urge
Wow.
everybody to see it as soon as it comes out. I think October 2nd.
Good
so,
sell.
boom.
Good sell.
There you
Boom.
go. But let's stay in space, go a little bit further away, and a little longer ago
God.
to Star Wars.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
when I watched the first Star Wars and brought it to show and tell,
Brought it. Yeah.
Look at they
and
brought it to
when
America.
I watched, yeah, I
When I
brought
brought
to
it
the
from my
masses,
homeland.
yeah. And then even Empire Strikes Back to a point. I had like deeper, like new introspections about it.
Okay.
Like I was like, oh wow, with fresh eyes, like I feel new things about this movie.
Fresh Eyes sounds like a child
Return
porn
of the
website.
Jedi, not so much. Return of the Jedi is just always
Fresheyes.biz.
fresheyes.gov.
Sorry. Oh.
Yeah, Return of the Jedi, I don't really have anything like rewatching it again for the first time in like a.
It doesn't blow your mind.
It's
A
easily
year
the
or two.
worst, right? Easily the worst.
That's the thing. I
It's
don't.
probably not the right word though.
I don't.
It's the least best, right?
It's the least
Yeah,
best,
okay,
but for
yeah.
me,
Because that
I-
makes it sound like you hate it or something. Like that's the worst.
I mean, no. I mean, it's like if
The worst
you
of the
have-
original trilogy. You're saying?
Yeah. I mean, it's like not to say it's terrible, but if you have to pick a best and worst,
yeah, I'd say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fine.
The only like, and I've seen
Three,
a lot of
two,
people
one.
lately.
Yeah.
Like now, there's this whole new thing where like
three.
Return of the
Sure.
Jedi
Yeah.
is. There's this whole new thing where people just think Return of the Jedi isn't a good movie at all, which I find
I mean-
appalling.
Well, I really
The
don't
only-
think it
the
is.
only hole I can poke in this movie
Go ahead. Go.
is just the Ewoks are eh.
Well,
That's
it's like-
it.
but that's-
that to me does not make the movie
The
like.
ones.
I
It's
can't
not
write off.
just that they're just It's just like they spend so much time in the Ewok society. Like when they're
Ewok
having
society.
that little. It's
It's like Jonestown.
it's like halfway through the movie. It's like
It slows down.
when like C-3PO is their guide and like they're having like a little party.
Yeah.
It's so,
Oh, and I think C-3PO's yeah, like
it's so
yeah,
fucking
like
boring.
the deity. To me though, I look at that and I almost like I see like, oh wow, this is almost like a product of the times. Like those
No,
80s movies, like
that's
had,
when
like,
it
little
feels like that's
creatures
when
and puppets
George
and weird shit.
No, that's when George Lucas, I would say, like
Ramped
his
up the
mind.
merchandise.
that's when he splurged his biggest goo.
Oh,
like that's when
no.
George-
That's when he started to turn towards the dark side. This was essentially his killing young.
Well, no, I think that was. This is when he killed those children.
Yeah.
No, I think
Somebody
it's
killed his
not
mother.
that. I think George Lucas has always been on the dark side, but he had his, he was always been on the reins. He always had
Like Santa Claus.
He
always had his Santa Claus.
He had his chain on the whole time.
Right.
And then
Return of the Jedi, though, is when he first started. People were just like, "Yes, George." Yes,
that was
everything
just
is
directed
right.
by him.
Right,
Yeah.
right, because the second one was not.
Yeah.
Empire was not.
No, what? Return.
Wait,
of the
wait,
Jedi.
no. Wait,
No,
Return of the Jedi. Who was that direct?
It was not directed by George Lucas.
Wait, which one did George Lucas did the first one and the third one, I
No,
thought.
just Star Wars.
What?
Yeah.
So who
Contrary
directed
to
the third
popular
one?
belief.
Wow, I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, I want to look it up. I think he might have like ghost directed it. Or
Ghost?
co-directed.
Like
His
the
hologram was there
Force
on
Ghost
set.
directed it.
I'm gonna be the first director who made a movie
Is a ghost?
via hologram.
I'm a ghost
I'm a
now.
Direct via Skype.
I don't remember the original Star Wars movies well enough. I'm gonna have to watch them again myself.
I'm very
I will
interested to
say
hear
that
who the
this one
director is.
Had a lot of like crazy. I'd say this one, just the whole Luke and Vader thing.
Well, it didn't. It felt Harrison Ford
Yeah,
felt
director Richard Marquand.
who?
Oh.
Wait.
Okay.
Harrison Ford felt like he didn't give a fuck in this movie.
But the problem with Harrison Ford is that he never gives a fuck.
Nah, it's not true. I would say.
You ever see Morning Glory?
You ever see The Fugitive?
In
Air
the
Force
other
One?
Star Wars movies,
Oh, you're saying
as Han Solo, it looked like he didn't give a fuck. I mean, like this movie.
In this one versus the other ones.
This movie came out years after
yeah, a couple years after
The Empire Strikes
Yeah.
Back.
Oh, so everyone was kind of bored of it, you think, at that point? Like, eh.
But I remember when he first comes out of like the cryo thing.
Yeah.
He's not like Han Solo's back. It's like I'm here. And, it's like,
Oh, no.
and then it's like
I liked it.
I remember one time like in the ending when they're shooting like by the satellite, it's like Han Solo is just like.
What do you think, Jake?
I don't know. I think it's good. I think it's all good. You know what I will say though. Okay, Death Star again. You know that's a little
Hold on, wait.
disappointing. Do it one more time.
I think you missed one. Yeah, you got him.
But yeah, they
I
had
you whisper a
they-
blaster noise.
they go to the Death Star again, and
Yeah,
it's like
that's what, okay.
Again.
Yeah, that's the thing. It was like Death Star 2.
and it's
Let's
like
do it
Electric
again.
Boogaloo.
It's
You
like
know, they
the-
made this, and they made
they made it
they
in
made
like
the
a
same
year.
mistake twice. Stupid morons.
Yeah, they put like a
Empire.
blow up button in the center.
Yeah. Insert missile here to explode. I kind of sounded like Admiral Akbar. Yeah, shout out to Admiral Akbar.
CG was really good.
It's a trap.
CG was
Yeah?
good.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's one space battle that looked very nice.
just the whole.
That's your review back in the day in the newspaper.
Yeah, when they're flying through.
There was one space battle that looked very nice.
as much as they, had the whole Death Star again, they wanted to shake it
Pish
up
posh.
because they were like, all right, how are we gonna make flying through the Death Star exciting again? So it's under construction, and it
construction.
looks visually amazing when the Millennium Falcon's flying through all like the pipes and like unfinished stuff. Crazy.
Crazy.
But yeah, for me, it's definitely Palpatine.
You know what
There, Luke versus Vader. Like that's.
Yeah, that's
that's
the one that
good,
has the
man.
big silhouette shot, right, of the two of them with their lightsabers.
Yeah.
Isn't that one? Yeah.
Well,
okay.
they both have that.
Empire.
Yeah,
Really?
they do,
oh.
yeah.
hmm.
They like that. They like.
What am I thinking? I wonder what I'm thinking of. Oh well.
But yeah, something about that
And-
really works. Like it really works, especially. the
What about
fact-
what?
Just the whole like final confrontation.
Okay.
But how it kind of like it's a really good example of the Force and how it's like you could tell Luke's afraid and like he shouldn't be because
Okay.
that's a bad thing.
Right. Okay.
I know
So-
it sounds like it's hard to explain.
No, I get it.
Shut up.
I'm
But,
listening. I'm listening.
No, what I like though, is
You know,
what-
Luke was on the light side, and
is
then he
what-
wanted to go to the dark
You
side.
guys booked out.
George Lucas made probably like one of the most like film school 101 mistakes ever,
Uh-oh.
especially how he
But he's in the
Put his
reflection.
dick in the camera.
Yeah. He touched his dick to the lens.
Oops.
No, the fact that like he like the most blatant,
Oops.
the most like offensive telling over
A
showing.
Jude joke.
Oh,
Like,
a lot of
offensive.
exposition.
When he added in with the newer versions,
Oh,
he adds
no.
in Darth Vader. When Darth Vader throws Palpatine over the ledge, he makes him go no as he does it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
We don't need
So
that.
you watched the new version.
Unfortunately.
Did you
yes, I
tell? Did you tell anyone that was watching with you? Like, don't just ignore that.
I did make them aware of
Ignore
certain
that.
things, even though I think this one makes the least amount of offenses.
Imagine watching a movie. Ignore that.
Yeah, just that part. Cut it out.
Forget that's not.
Forget about that.
Pretend that didn't happen.
Yeah.
That is weird. George Lucas, what the fuck?
Imagining,
so
like,
bizarre how
When
he
the
did
Death
that.
Star blows up the planet, you just go to Amanda.
Pretend that didn't
That
happen.
It didn't
forget
happen.
Ignore
about
that.
Yeah.
It's just in the new version.
Also, you know what's incredible? And I knew, like, when I saw it when I was a kid, I was like, holy shit, this is the fastest thing in the
George
world.
Lucas's dick.
No, the speeder bikes through the forest.
Oh yeah.
Incredible.
I love that.
Like,
Yeah, I
it
do
still
like
looks
that.
pretty good.
You see the people flying drones, having drone races nowadays?
What?
It looks just like that.
What? That's
they,
cool.
they fly their fucking drones with the
Through, like,
cameras on them
far-
through the woods.
Oh, shit.
And then when they
I'm gonna
crash
do
their
that.
$3,000 drone, we laugh.
And we laugh.
We laugh and we laugh and we laugh. Sounds like we're writing a new song
Man, I want a drone. Let's buy a drone.
It's pretty bullshit how
between the three of us.
Yeah.
how Darth Vader dies, though.
Spoiler
no,
alert.
not Darth Vader. Yoda. I mean, sorry, I got them mixed up.
Yeah.
It's pretty bullshit how Yoda
Mixed
died.
up, I get them.
I just wish he didn't die. Also, I think it's really funny that Ghost.
God, I wish he didn't
I really
die.
think it's funny that Ghosts need to sit down.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
Obi-Wan
Josh the
doesn't-
intern.
Oh, who's Ghost is at there
that
at
was
the
a
end?
Great point. And then, at the
Josh
end,
the intern. Why does that sound weird? I'm so used to JTE. Wait,
Josh the engineer.
engineer now.
Yeah,
okay,
he-
that's
yeah.
why I'm like JTI.
He upgraded.
Right.
Yeah, now
Okay,
He runs
that just threw me
California.
off. Okay, right.
Whose
he's
Ghost
JTE.
showed up? Was it Hayden Christensen
It was
Ghost?
Hayden Christensen.
No, he doesn't.
But it's
sit,
not
though.
even him,
Obi-Wan
though, right?
sits.
It's
It's
Hayden.
him from Are You Afraid of the Dark?
No, it's Hayden Christensen. It's
Going like,
No, it's Hayden Christensen
No.
from Revenge of the
it's
Sith.
it's Hayden Christensen's Anakin, but it's an actor portraying Hayden Christensen's
stop it.
Anakin.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh no, it's actually.
It's
Hayden
not
Christensen.
actually him.
It
Can't
totally
be.
is.
This
It
can't
is.
be true.
Yeah,
Look
it's
at
him.
look
You know
at
what?
the
No,
fuck.
you're
A
thinking of-
mystery for another day.
No, it's 100% him.
I think he's thinking of Obi-Wan.
You're thinking of the original version. The original version showed an Anakin Skywalker who was just some random.
Oh, that's right.
fucking
That's
dude.
right. That's right. The
Is that what I'm
original
thinking of?
had
Yeah.
had an old Anakin Skywalker before they made the prequels because
Yeah.
they didn't have that guy.
It was
Yes,
kinda
that's what you're
cool.
thinking
The-
of.
the old
they
version was
replaced
cool.
him with Hayden Christensen, who's just like,
The old way was cool because like in the old one.
yeah, I'm in the original Star Wars.
Yeah, it's like remember almost.
in the old one though it was cool. The old version it was cool because they show Yoda Ghost, they show Obi
Yoda,
Ghost.
Yoda Ghost.
And then like
Who the ghost? Yoda Ghost.
It's like they're all hanging out as
But
ghosts.
then they show Anakin
But-
and you're
and
like, who the fuck is that guy? And then you go, oh, that's Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
But then it's-
Before you thought of Anakin Skywalker as fucking Hayden Christensen.
Right.
But it's like when you show Hayden Christensen, it's like he killed children in his last
and he's like-
movie.
And he's like, that's right, I'm here.
That's right,
We're all
motherfuckers.
happy,
We're
happy
all-
ending.
We're all ghosts.
We're
Whatever.
all ghosts. What up?
Yeah.
Yo, who the ghost? Yoda
Yeah,
Ghost.
I brought children
ultimately,
to
I don't think you
Jesus.
can be redeemed if like you kill children
Younglings.
through some misguided, like
Through-
that doesn't
through your
just
religious
because,
faith.
because at the end you kill the bad
Basically-
guy doesn't mean like he didn't kill the kids anymore. Like he
Basically,
still did.
what
He killed
Anakin
kids.
what Anakin did when he became Darth Vader is that he went on a religious jihad and went on a terrorist attack at the Jedi Temple
Yes.
and murdered children.
Yeah.
In a movie theater. But
Like, I
listen,
mean, like Saddam Hussein killed
The
thousands
kids
of
were watching
Iraqis,
him.
but
look, we could debate Saddam Hussein versus Darth Vader all day. All right, I'm down for it. But
Darth
at the end of the
Hussein.
day, I have to tell you this. When I was a little boy, when I first watched Star Wars, you're not going to believe this is true.
Oh, no.
When I first watched Star Wars
I'm
and he
not ready
takes
for
off the
this.
helmet, I was like, oh shit, it's Mike Myers.
Oh, it's Doctor
'Cause he looks
Evil.
like Dr.
oh fuck.
And I
You saw
thought...
it- oh, you saw this movie when
after
that was
Dr.
going
Evil.
on.
Yeah. And so I
And
was
that was
like,
like a
oh my,
pop
I
culture
was like,
thing.
what? No way.
I saw Austin Powers.
But I thought that
Wow.
I thought it was all tied in. I thought it was all a joke.
I
And I
probably
was like,
would've-
no way.
That would have happened to me. I'm
All
so
right.
glad I saw it early.
I
would've
saw it
been fucked
after
up like you.
1997, whenever
Yeah,
Goldmember
I would've
came
been
out.
fucked up like you.
Goldmember, excuse me, whenever the first one came
I
out.
got lucky, I guess.
I
would have thought the same exact thing.
All right, so I'm
honestly.
not all right.
Yeah.
He literally took it off, and I was like, "The fuck! Oh, I can't believe it! He's playing Dr. Evil."
I just remember he's an old man. I just
Yeah,
He's an
it's-
old maid.
Yeah, now let's talk about that. That's interesting because you have this whole complete perception of Darth Vader.
A black
and then
guy.
When you
well, no, in the second one you see his big penis head.
Yeah, a
right?
little
It
bit.
was like,
But-
it does.
like ultimately, like when you take the helmet off, it's just like this sad, chubby guy. Like it's like
Sad
it's actually
chub.
sad. It's
isn't
like,
that
oh,
isn't that the
man.
root of all evil?
When
He's
you're
just like,
a sad,
I'm a
chubby guy?
sad chub.
Yeah. Blah.
But anyway,
Put my
Star
mask on.
Wars, the Jedi begin.
Yeah, sorry I don't have anything profound and new to say about it, but I like it still.
All right. Sounds like it so far.
Also, the Ewoks are pretty cute.
And
They got
I
me.
loved The Martian, and we love you.
We love space. Good night.
And that's pretty much it.